Hello students, today I will teach you last topic of file handling. The last topic of file handling is standard input output and device and absolute and relative path. Now let us see first standard input output and error stream. What do you mean by standard input output and error stream in the Python? I would like to tell you in the computer system, keyboard is known as standard input device. Why? Because all the data are entered in the program with the help of keyboard. So keyboard is known as standard input device. Monitor is known as standard output device. Why? Because all the results output produced by the program are displayed on the monitor screen. So monitor is known as standard output device. Alright, I am highlighting this standard output device. Since errors of the program are also displayed on the monitor screen, so monitor is also known as standard error device. In short, these keyboards, keyboard, monitor is denoted as STD in, STD out and STD in and STD out. In the Python, IO devices like keyboard monitor are implemented as the file. How keyboard and monitors are implemented in the Python? These are implemented, and the answer of this question is these are implemented as a file. And the name of this file is standard stream. The name of this file is standard stream. In the Python, these standard stream files are defined in the module. Be careful. The standard stream files are defined in the sys module. What is the meaning of this? It means if you want to use these files in your program, then you will have to import the sys module in your program. Now let us see the name of standard files for input and output devices are STD. STD is the name of standard input stream. Since this stream is related with the keyboard, so this file is responsible only for the input operations. Similarly, STD out is the name of output standard stream file and related with the monitor. So this file is responsible for the output operations. Displaying the result on the screen. And stdr. stdr is the name of file and known as standard error stream and known as standard error stream. Let me correct it. It is standard error stream. Standard error stream. It is standard error stream and it is only responsible to display the errors in the program on the monitor screen. This stream is also linked with the monitor, but only to show or display the errors that occurs in the program. It means you able to know which stream is related for which kind of operations and what are the name of the stream file, what are the name of the file. STD is the name of the file responsible for input operation and its name is standard input stream. STD out for output operation, responsible for output operation and name of this file is standard output file. Standard error, STDR, standard error stream related with the monitor screen responsible for displaying the error that occurs in the program. Alright, now let us see. Let us see. Students, as we know, Python provides some built-in function for read and write operation. I mean, to read the data from the file and to write data into the file. Python gives us some function, and these are the read function, read line function, read lines function, write function, etc. Through the sys module, how you will perform the read and write operation. To read data from the keyboard, you will have to write sys.stdin.read. Carefully see, sys.read is stdin.read. This statement will read entire file data. Alright, you need to focus on the syntax. How will you write for this purpose? If you want to read the content of entire file, then how will you write the sentence with the help of file? I mean standard string file. You will have to write sys.stdin.read. Here sys is the module, stdin name of the file that is directly linked with the keyboard. Next, read is a method, read is a function. Similarly, for writing purpose, how will you write? You will have to write sys.stdout.write. This statement will write on the monitor screen. Will write on the monitor screen. Why? Stdout is the name of standard output stream, name of the file, and this file is linked with the monitor screen. Then it will write everything on the monitor screen. Here monitor screen is treated as a file, and this stream linked with that device. This is the name of module and write with the function who will write the content. Similarly, same logic. Here stdin is linked with the keyboard. Reads data from the keyboard. This is the name of module. Alright? Thus, sys.std and sys.stdout are just like a file which are opened by Python when you start the program. These files are open as well as you start to work in the Python. And the file stdin, the file sys.std is always open in the read mode, and the file sys.stdout is always open in the write. This is very important. These files are automatically opened in read and write mode, so you need not write something. I mean, you no need to write the file mode as you have used in the earlier programs. In earlier programs, when you are using the concept of open function, then you will have to mention the mode of the file there, but here Python automatically opens the stdout file in the read and write mode, so no need to mention the file mode here. Now let us see an example that will explain the concept of these streams. Students, this example will clear the concept of input, output and error stream files. Following example prints the contents of a file on the monitor without using the print statement. It means in this statement we are not using in this example we are not using the print statement. Alright, import sys, this module is imported here. Fh equal to open, this is the name of file, this file is open, this is the object, file object. Now this file is linked with your program. This file is stored on the hard disk in E drive, ठीक है, x1 is equal to fs dot read line. fs file of object name and linked with this file abc. So the read line function will read one line from this file and is stored in the x1 in this string form. Similarly, this statement will read the next line and is stored in the string variable x2. Sys dot std out dot write x1. Here the contents of x1 is written on the monitor screen because this is the standard output stream. This is the file, and this file indicates the monitor device. This file indicates the monitor device. So the contents of x1 will be written with the help of write function on the monitor screen because this file indicates the monitor screen device. Similarly for here and similarly for here. The function of these statements are still here, reading, and it will clear the concept of input, output, and error streams. Now let us see the last point, absolute and relative path. The last topic is absolute and relative path. Here path is important because when you are going to write the program for file handling, then you will have to mention the file address. To how will you write the address of a file? How many ways to write the address of a file for this concept? To aware this concept, you will have to know about the absolute and relative path. How will you write the path name? There are two types of path, absolute path and relative path. There is a different ways to write these paths, so you should know about these. For this purpose, I am here explaining about the absolute and relative path. Path is a sequence of directory of folder which gives you hierarchy to access a particular directory or a file name. I mean, path is the way, method to access a file or folder. Alright? There are two types of path. First, absolute path, and second is the relative path. In absolute path, it is same as the path name. The definition of absolute path is same as the definition of path. Example, how will you mention the absolute path for a particular file? You will have to write like this. First drive name, colon sign, then forward slash, backward slash. Drive name, colon sign, backward slash, folder name, backward slash, subfolder name, backward slash, subfolder name. How you want, how much you want, and then at last file name with that extension. Here hsps.txt is the name of the file. This file is inside the sales, that is a subfolder of ABC. ABC is also a subfolder that is inside account, and account is the folder that is inside drive. So you will have to write like this where when you are using the absolute file path concept. But when you want to use the relative path concept, then no need to write in hierarchical form like this. Then how will you write? First of all, know what is the relative path. Relative path are these are the relative to the current working directory. It means as well as you open the file, in which directory you are present, your file will be in that place. So in this method, no need to mention the drive name, folder name, subfolder name, etc. In this method, only you will have to mention your file name with the some notations. The notations is single dot and double dot. The relative path is denoted by the single dot, that is this. the example dot slash alm dot txt. This is the file name. Backward slash and here is the dot. This indicates that this file is in that directory. Currently you are working in which? Currently you are working in which directory? Your file is present in that directory. This dot sign indicates. Alright. The next another method is another way, double dot. Double dot denotes the parent directory. You can write like this, double dot backward slash abc backward slash report.txt. Here report.txt is the file and this file is inside the abc folder, parent folder, and this folder is in that directory where you are in. This file is in the same directory of the abc folder. Here this file is in the same directory in which you are. These are the two different ways to write the path name of a file. Alright, so in this way your chapter file handling has been finished. In the next class, in the next video, I will teach computer network first.